So with The Dark Knight Rises release yesterday at midnight, technically today, I am going to review that for you guys sometime this weekend, I hope. But for now, I have my review of The Dark Knight. So here we go.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me
So The Dark Knight came out around about the same time as The Dark Knight Rises was released. The Dark Knight Rises was released today, which is July 20th, 2012, while The Dark Knight was released July 18th, 2008. So that's a 4-year gap between the movies, but it was well worth it. The Dark Knight was about the same amount of time as well. It is about a 2.5-hour movie, and again stars Christian Bale as our favorite superhero. Personally, one of my favorite superheroes, Batman, The Dark Knight. Now, The Dark Knight is a lot different than the first movie, Batman Begins. Batman has already been seen as the hero he is. Batman Begins was really introducing the character of Batman, showing how he's becoming this person. Now he has to become the real hero. The villain of this movie is, of course, the Joker, Heath Ledger. No one can forget this performance by Heath Ledger, and of course, since it was his last performance, since he did kill himself, so that also brought a lot more people in to watch Heath Ledger's last performance as the Joker. Now, the Joker is one of the greatest villains of the Batman series. I love him, and I loved Heath Ledger as the Joker. He did a great job of playing him, as well as Christian Bale, of course, did a great job of playing Bruce Wayne, Batman, and it really starts picking up on the character of Batman. I have not seen The Dark Knight Rises yet, as you guys already know, so I do not know how Christian Bale does as the Dark Knight again, but in this one, it definitely was his best performance as the Dark Knight so far compared to Batman Begins. So to move on from that, we also have two new characters, sort of. We have the newer Rachel, played by, I cannot remember her name, played by Maggie Gyllenhaal, I believe I'm saying that correctly. She did a phenomenal job as Rachel. Of course, I'm not spoiling anything, but she does end up dying, and you literally feel her death because of how the Joker made it. Like he made it so they had to choose, and of course, Batman was going to choose Rachel because he loves Rachel, but the Joker tricked him, so that's why it was pretty bad. Also, it introduces the second character of Harvey Dent, played by Aaron Eckhart. I believe I'm saying that correctly again. But he was great as Harvey Dent. In the beginning, you see Harvey Dent really stepping it up, and Batman saying, maybe I could basically retire, maybe I could give up on Batman, put Batman away, and leave Gotham to Harvey Dent, because Harvey Dent literally puts away 200 criminals at once. So that just proves maybe Batman is out of date, and now we need to deal with the real law enforcement on taking down all the criminals. But then, of course, of the most powerful, the strongest willing person in the battle against crime, Harvey Dent, gets turned by the Joker after losing his love, Rachel. And he turns into Two-Face, which is the second side villain. Really isn't too big of a villain, but still a great villain. Now, with all of these movies, there really is two villains. If you look back on the Batman franchise, there was I guess the Joker was the first one with Batman, the 1989 one. With Batman Returns, there was Catwoman and the Penguin. With Batman Forever, there was Two-Face and the Riddler. With Batman and Robin, there was Poison Ivy and Mr. Frost, or Dr. Frost, whatever he is. Freeze, whatever, I can't remember his name. And then with Batman Begins, there was Ra's al Ghul and the Scarecrow. And then with this one, there is the Joker and Two-Face. Now, Two-Face was a pretty good villain. I kind of liked him. And then also, you do see the Scarecrow a little bit in the beginning, but really, he's not a villain at all. It's just the Joker and Two-Face, and Two-Face does Aaron Eckhart does a great job at playing Harvey Dent, and especially at playing Two-Face, because Two-Face is sort of the crazy guy. And finally, I do want to talk about how this is how The Dark Knight really ends, how he basically goes into retirement, you could say, because he wants to hide up the crimes that Harvey Dent did, because he killed a couple people, and that was what brings into the plot of The Dark Knight Rises how The Dark Knight Rises does take place 8 years after The Dark Knight. So The Dark Knight has been gone, and the reason is because he's covering up for the crimes of Harvey Dent. And really, that is the last line of the movie of how Commissioner Gordon says, he's talking about how Harvey was a white knight and how after killing people, they need to cover up for it so none of his prisoners will be released. So the Dark Knight or Batman says, I will cover up for him. I can be anything Gotham wants me to be. And as he's driving away, Commissioner Gordon is saying to his son that he is the Dark Knight as he's driving away on the Bat Cycle, which is a great scene. I love that scene at the end of the movie. It literally is the last scene of the movie, and it was just great. It also shows him like breaking the bat signal and all that stuff, and it was a very heartfelt scene. And The Dark Knight is a very heartfelt movie. You can really like get to know it. It's 2.5 hours, but you really stay focused on the movie, and that's why I like those kind of movies, especially if they're long. And this is definitely, I have not seen The Dark Knight Rises. I have watched a couple reviews, but this is definitely how a trilogy should be. And I'm hoping to make a video for you guys on what real trilogy should be, good ones and bad ones. So thank you guys so much for watching my Dark Knight review, and I will be bringing you guys a Dark Knight Rises review probably Saturday. Today is Friday, so probably tomorrow. And then after that, I think I'm going to release another actor spotlight for Christian Bale, of course, just because it's The Dark Knight related to that. And then the trilogy video, and then going more into stuff. I also went to go see The Amazing Spider-Man again last night. It was great. It was just as good as first time I saw it, though I saw it in 3D. You really don't need to watch it in 3D. It's not worth it. There's one scene at the end that's the typical 3D scene where he sprays web straight at the camera. That's not spoiling anything, but that's basically the only 3D scene that is really good, like the typical 3D scenes. So thank you guys so much for watching. As I said, make sure to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment on what you guys think of The Dark Knight. I loved it. I know you guys probably loved it, and I can't wait to go see The Dark Knight Rises. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.